Anyway, here with reaction is Trump legal spokesperson Alina Habba. Alina, you know, I've never seen anything like this in my life. I've never seen a corrupt judge like this, compromised like this, should have recused himself like this. I've never seen him work so overtime, any judge, to keep out pertinent information regarding the law in a court of law before a jury that's supposed to weigh in on the law.
That's right, Sean. Let's not forget that the prosecutors have obviously had exculpatory evidence not brought out in the grand jury. That's where this all started. They would not have had that indictment, in my opinion, without bringing out that exculpatory evidence. We wouldn't be here. So it starts from the root. And then you have Judge Merchan, who should have recused himself. Judge Merchan, who I want the American people to remember very astutely, has somehow randomly selected, had Steve Bannon's case, had Alan Weisselberg's case, and now put Alan Weisselberg back in jail. Okay, this is what we're dealing with. Somehow he randomly also gets Donald Trump. That's not the way the system works. You assign a case randomly. That's the way it's supposed to work. But in the new America, under the Biden regime, we are sitting here in a politicization of all our judicial systems. He is intentionally obstructing the defense's case. There is no point in us even putting on a defense when you have a judge who is sitting there telling the jury, don't listen to them. I'm going to scream. I'm going to even tell the press that they can't sit in there. And God knows the press is tough on me, but I had their back in this one. They had no business kicking them out. And that judge is so crooked that he couldn't stand that there was bad evidence being brought in by this attorney who happened to work for the SDNY, let's not forget, who has a great, stellar reputation, as you mentioned. But the judge lost his cool. He lost his cool on Monday, and he lost his cool again today. So it's time to wrap this case up, throw it out. If this judge wants any credibility back, that's what he should do. There should have been a directed verdict. There should have been a mistrial.
I know you put in a motion to dismiss. I know you wanted a directed verdict, but it's never going to happen with the Biden donor judge. It's never going to happen. And jury instructions, I'm guessing, are not going to be exactly what would be fair and just and right for any defendant in a court of law.
That's right. That's right. We heard a little bit about that today, Sean. The judge indicated that, you know, we heard the famous words that we always hear from all of the liberal alleged attorneys that are doing what they're ethically supposed to. No one is above the law. I always challenge them on this one thing, Sean. If no one is above the law, I want you to explain to me how Hunter Biden is walking around right now. I want you to explain to me how Hillary Clinton, who actually did what they're accusing Trump of doing with the Russia hoax and had FEC violations, is above the law. How the sock drawer case is above the law. How is all that okay? But if your last name is Trump, no. The laws will be bent, they will be broken, and then they'll pretend they're martyrs. It's really a disgrace what I'm seeing in the court, and I'm hoping this jury sees it. I have very little hope in the state of New York, as you've seen, but that's why they brought it here. This is completely political. It's to keep him off the campaign. And unfortunately for them, the polls are speaking for themselves. The American people get what's going on here.
Law enforcement officers of the Department of Justice may use deadly force when necessary. Okay, I'll give them. That's boilerplate. Fine, I'll take that. This is not boilerplate when it's a former president, his residence, his wife, his kid, and the president didn't deny them access before. Why was that directive given? And why wasn't there proper consideration and perspective given in this case?
Yeah, but Hunter Biden and Joe Biden, who has documents in his garage and was not the president, didn't have presidential immunity. There was no directive there, and it's disgusting. President Trump in that case was cooperating, as we know, as I know, and he was doing what he needed to do. You want another paddle? You want another lock on the door? Here's another lock on the door. And then they come in and they do it. Why? This is all a show. President Trump has said it a million times. This is the Biden-Trump show trial after show trial, and guess what? They're falling apart. From Fannie to Florida to this. It's falling apart.
Let's hope so. We'll know soon. Thank you, Alina. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.